Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Now, all for the rest of this week, you guys are gonna learn about me. Yes, it's all about me. It's not even about you guys. It is all about me. So we're going to do something very simple, and you guys are just going to learn what my favorite tanks in Blitz are. So today we're looking at tier 10. Tomorrow we will look at tier 9, tier 8, tier 7, tier 6, tier 5. Whether we go all the way down to tier 0 or tier 1, I doubt it. We might just stop at either tier 6 or tier 5. But what we're going to do is look at my top 5 favorite tanks for each tier. Now, a lot of the times these do kind of change regularly, but there's certain tanks that are always going to be in the list. Now, those of you that know me knows that the Leopard 1 has been my favorite tank in the game for a very, very long time. Now, spoiler alert, the Leopard 1 isn't even in my top 5 list anymore. I've changed my mind. I went to play it, I couldn't play it. It's nothing to do with the tank. It is all about me. So number 5 in tier 10 it's got to be the grill. I love the grill. I know I talk about the Leopard 1, how, you know, because it's got no armor, you have to think about what you're doing. You have to think about how you play it. And then I sort of take out the grill. But with the grill, it is a little bit different because it is a tank destroyer. You know, you sit at the back. It's not like a Leopard 1. I mean, if I could just go and sit at the back of the map with a Leopard 1, then yeah, I would probably say it's still my favorite tank in the game. But you can't. It's not a tank that you should really be doing that. Now, I do apologize for this Sheridan. I am kind of blocking. I do kind of move out of the way. But then he does get a little bit annoyed and starts sort of pushing me. But, you know, I did accidentally block him. I didn't mean to. You know, he is still blocking. But at this point, I don't really care because we are going to win. But yeah, the grill has always been one of my favorite tank destroyers in the game, and it's up there. It is number 5. So moving on to number 4. So number 4, we've gone for a light tank, and it's the Batchat. Yes, this is my favorite light tank. There are a few light tanks out there, but I just really enjoy the Batchat. I love the fact that it's got an auto loader, and you can sort of release your free shells, run away, and come back from a different angle, different position, reload your shells, and by the time you've reloaded your shells, you're pretty much the other side of the map. Absolutely love the tank. I think the tank is fantastic. So it's definitely up there at number 4. Yeah, it's, you know, there are a few light tanks, and I get some people are going to prefer other light tanks. Sometimes it can be very annoying, just like here. So I'm chasing this M60 knowing that I can kill him. I've got 2 shells left, and of course what happens? I freaking track him, which means I can no longer kill him. So I've now got to run away. Being a one-shot, I've now got to run away. But because of the mobility of the tank, you can easily do that. You can easily run away. And again, the speed, I think, is absolutely fantastic. And again, it's just the auto-loading system. And the fact that it's a light tank, to be honest, if you're in sort of a hold-down position, or not just in a hold-down position, but you can actually get some block damage in this thing. You really can. Of course, you can't rely on the armor. Like, it's not a tank that you can comfortably say that you're going to get a bounce in. But honestly, you can bounce quite a bit. And I'm very surprised at just how much you can bounce. Like this game here so far, we bounced 700 damage. We're actually going to bounce a little bit more. And the only tank left alive is a Death Star. So yeah, it's, you know what's coming. It also has that intra-clip reload thing as well, where you the consumable, so you can actually make the intra-clip a lot quicker, which is, I think, is decent. I mean, the intra-clip alone is sort of 2.8 seconds anyway. And I think over time, the tank has just been made better. I think it's fantastic, and I definitely think it's the best light tank in the game. Again, that's just my opinion, and there we go. Look at that. 2K blocked, it just said there, but we managed to get 4K very easily. So yeah, number 4 is the Batchat. Next up, we have one of the newer heavy tanks in the game, and this has quickly gone up the list for me. I think it is absolutely fantastic. I love the fact that it has, again, the auto reloader. Those of you that see I think my yesterday's video on the Kranwagen, people know how much I love auto reloading tanks, and I think this is absolutely fantastic. I know it only has 2 shells, but because of the reload is so short, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if you shoot both shells, or it really doesn't matter if you reload 1 shell and then have to shoot it, because the reload is so short. And I love the tank. I think it is absolutely fantastic. It's a great addition to Blitz. I don't think the tank is overpowered by all means. I really don't think it is overpowered. The armor I don't think is crazy. Of course you can get block damage for sure quite easily, but you can't. It's not a heavy tank. You rely on the armor, and you can't rely on the armor on this thing. But I just think the tank is fantastic. Ever since it has been introduced to Blitz, I've absolutely loved it. And I said that at the start, when this tank was first released, I said I absolutely love this tank. I think it is absolutely fantastic. It's not a tank about armor. It is purely about that auto reloader, the 2 shells. The speed's not too shabby either. And again, you can play it how you want to play it. If you just want to reload 1 shell, then just reload 1 shell. If you want to play it where you reload both shells, then you can reload both shells, and then you can decide what you want to do. Just shoot 1, reload, or shoot both, and then start to reload it again. But absolutely love the Rhinoceronte. Moving on to tank number 2. So tank number 2 is, of course, the E50M. You know, this has definitely taken the Leopard 1's place in my eyes, because it's just got so much better. Wargaming have gave this tank so much love over the last couple of years. Honestly, the tank is insane. You can ram, you've got the DPM, you've got the armor, you've got the accuracy, you've got everything. Literally, you've got absolutely everything with this tank. And I think it's just so, in my opinion, it's so much better than tanks like the Leopard 1 now, because you can get away with a few things. You know, the Leopard 1, people just going to aim at you and they're going to penetrate you all day long. But with this tank, you know, if you are in a sort of even a hold down position, then you can get blocked, you can get damaged, like blocked, and just like we got there. Of course, it's a medium tank, and you've got to remember it's a medium tank, so you're not going to bounce everything with the tank, but you go in a hold down position and you can actually bounce quite a bit, just like, you know, in the space of seconds there, we managed to block 600 damage. Again, the accuracy on the move shooting, absolutely fantastic. And again, with how heavy this tank is, I mean, look, 249 hit points. We go for the ram. Yes, we lose over 200, but we do. Look how much damage we've done to him. And before you know it, that's 4.5k damage very, very easily. So the E50M, absolutely a tank that I love and one of my favorite tanks in the game at the moment. Moving on to my favorite tank in the game, not just in tier 10, but in the entire game. And everyone knows it is the XM66F. Absolutely beautiful tank. Now, of course, a lot of it has to do with how OP I think the tank is. I think the tank is overpowered. I think the armor profile, especially if you are sort of hiding that lower plate, I think is absolutely fantastic. It really is good. The DPM to go with it, and of course the speed to go with it. It looks like a tank that is mega, mega, mega slow, but this thing has so much DPM to go with the speed, to go with the armor. I think it's just incredible, and I really, really love the tank. And it didn't take me long. Honestly, with this tank being released, it really did not take me long for it to start being my favorite tank in the game, because of how good the DPM is. I mean, the reload is just 7.2 seconds, 6 point something seconds if you use adrenaline. And oh my god, it's just crazy with the amount of damage you can actually do. Again, if you're in a sort of hold down position, the amount of armor it's got, of course, just like there, I get baited from both sides, then yeah, you're going to get penetrated. But if you can be in a hold down position and you can make it hard work for the enemy, you can bounce an awful lot of damage. And you're going to out DPM almost everything you come up against. You know, medium tanks, you come up against medium tanks and you're probably going to out DPM them. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I really, really love the tank. I think it's crazy. And if you look at the armor profile, especially on the turret, not the, of course, the lower plate, yeah, it's not that strong. But if you can hide that lower plate, then you can get bounces all day long. So let me know in the comments below which of my 5 are your favorite tanks in the game. I'll be back tomorrow with my top 5 tanks in tier 9. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.